where it's really easy to take social media and leverage yourself. Since you guys are sort of pioneers, what's your best opinion for us to be able to brand ourselves and sort of launch ourselves as a market and a brand that's going to set us apart from obviously other competition and also our peers?
That is a really good question. I think brands ask us that all the time of how they can best market their products or, themselves or their company. And I think the key to when I follow someone that is a smaller brand or a fashion blogger or someone that just really keeps me interested, I think someone that is consistent and someone that is really authentic, I really get drawn to people that just you can really see their personality and they just are who they are. Not everyone's going to like it. And you hope that they do,
Yeah, and also be okay that not everyone's going to like it. Stay true to you, because I think it
really comes off.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to have longevity if you start to just try to appease a certain demographic. If you stay true to you, you will have consistency and longevity. And I think that's really important. And also remember that it's going to last. Whatever you post is going to last for a long time. So make sure if someone is wanting to hiring you for a job and they're looking at your search history, that you are going to stand by everything that you're posting, because your brand is a reflection of yourself.
Hi, guys. Can we expect an app from Chris, or is it just a sisters thing?
Like, my mom kind of taught us girls that we could have it all. She works hard. She taught us that if you work hard, it's just all about prioritizing. And I think that, it could get tough. And after you have a baby, there's so many times when I just didn't want to get up and work on something, and I just wanted to be home with my baby. But for me, and I think I could speak for my sisters, it makes us feel good when we are out working and we can provide something for our friends and products that we can't find that we really want.
And shopping, I feel like shopping is probably okay. But in terms of why it's successful, why did you go into it? Now, you didn't, people wanted me to ask you if you programmed it, which I thought was an idiotic question. But what involvement yes, I'm a computer genius off to the side. But what did you do for them besides lend your name?
It wasn't just that. This was at a point when I felt like my career was going to be very overexposed. Some, you might already think it's overexposed, but I really had this family meeting. My mom's my manager, and I said, we have to pull back on everything. I don't want to do any other project. I really want to just focus on my existing projects and not just take on too much. Mm-hmm. They came to me with this idea, and I said, if I get full control, and I flew down to San Francisco, I loved the Glue team and everything they wanted to do. It was an existing game called Stardom, and we were basically
making not successful.
I didn't.
It was not. They've said it.
Okay. Right. They said it. I'm not going to. But I loved their vision for me and what they had. And I thought it was a fun, entertaining game. That's all I really wanted to do. I'm not, I wasn't trying to make anything else but an entertaining game. And I must have redone the look of my character about 7 times.
What was the problem?
Just little tiny details, and I really wanted it to look like me. And I feel like after our meetings, their team was so amazing, and I feel like they got really inspired, and I got more inspired, and I must have spent weeks getting clothing references of what I wanted all of the clothing to look like, and the characters and hair references and makeup references, and they took such amazing direction on that. And it's an everyday job for me. I get up and it's approving, everything. And I think the success on the game is a lot because we work really hard at it, but I think also it's so lifelike and it mirrors my life so much. And we were doing an update to go to Mexico, and I hadn't told the team, but I was going on vacation in Mexico. And they launched the update the same day I leave for this Mexico trip, and I was so nervous because we wanted to go privately and not have anyone, see we were on vacation. but they wanted me to, I was going to start Instagramming and doing social media around our new update. So once the paparazzi had found our vacation spot and realized we were in Mexico, I started doing all these updates, and everyone felt like, wow, you're in Mexico and I'm in Mexico on your game. Right. And we're wearing the same bikini that, in the game. And I just had a photo shoot here, and everything I was doing, they were mirroring that in my game. And even though that was kind of an accident of what
it's also slightly
had
freaky,
happened,
by the way.
Yes, it is. We've realized that formula really worked for us.
So wherever Kim goes, the game goes.
Exactly. And we've mapped out the whole next year of my travel plans and making updates for those certain countries and cities. And
so what do you do now? Are you going to do a new game? Because the games, they tend to go up and down, and this one's gone down again. It was way up, which is an accomplishment, but it's gone down again. Do you want to do a new game or something else?
Well, I think we're going to add in more characters.
The rest of the Kardashians are coming?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, how could they not, really?
And lots of fun holiday updates, and we now have this feature where your character can FaceTime with me, and I actually, not the character, but I actually pop up and give them advice and talk to them on FaceTime in the game. So we have lots of fun things that are coming up that will really, I think, get people excited and spark their interest again. And it's really fun and exciting to see all of these things come to life when you work really hard at it.
So if it starts to go down again, do you imagine doing a different thing?
The numbers got down, and then they're going back up. So that's
the
exciting.
Bikini in Mexico presumably being the factor that changed things. So what are you going to do? Are you going to do more games? Because games is an unusual thing for you to go into. What's the next mobile thing that you're super interested in?
Well, I was at the Glue
Besides
offices
owning BlackBerry.
today. And we have some amazing ideas of some future games that are a little bit different than what we have going with, Kim Kardashian Hollywood. But still, I love the character and I love the brand that we've created. So still within that same brand, but expanding it to different types of games.
Worries at all about girls making these in-app purchases? I mean, believe me, I have kids. My kid made $3,000 worth of in-app purchases in 15 minutes, so I get that. But are you...
On my game?
No, not on your game. He's not playing Kim Kardashian Hollywood. He's playing I don't know what he's playing, honestly. But what are you worried about that idea of is that where you're making the most money? Because Facebook's doing some ads, Opera's doing some various things for you. Where do you imagine that being the big money maker for you?
Well, I think that, with all, parental controls, I think as long as you need a password for every time that you buy something. So as long as your kids don't excessively use it, I don't see it being a problem. But yeah, we make money since it is a free game. We make money in-app purchases, advertising that we don't have a whole lot of in the game.
How much money did you make from it, personally? What? How much?
Well, I never talk dollars, cents. I never do.
Well, you can talk rubles or euros. I don't know.
It surprisingly did very well for me.
Are those numbers that were written about correct or close? This was $70 million.
I think sometimes numbers are always, nothing is always fully accurate, but it could be more, it could be less.
Oh.
It's been very good to me.
Last question, and then we're going to have just time for 2 quick questions from the audience, if anybody has any. What do you imagine doing next in mobile? How do you look at celebrities now with the mobile world? They don't seem to use it as much as you do.
I think that everything is moving into mobile. I see myself having, from my projections, a long career in this space. We have some really fun, exciting things coming out that we've been brainstorming on, and I just think everything, whether it's, I have clothing stores and I see everything moving to
mobile commerce. So you can see yourself doing mobile commerce and all stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And again, with the last question from the beginning, why you? Because, you were an assistant to Paris Hilton, is that correct?
I was not her assistant, but I had a eBay closet organizing company, and she was one of my clients.
Okay. She's gone up and down and thinking, what is it? I'm fascinated. I haven't been able to answer it myself. What do you think it is that translates well into the mobile environment?
I think that I don't think I could have done it without my family. I think that no matter what, even though some of the things we go through seem pretty crazy and intensified, we're real and we're somewhat normal to where at least you feel like you can relate. And I think that has, or maybe want to vicariously live through what they see our lives to be. But then I think that they feel this really strong bond and closeness.
And then immediacy with the mobile.
Yeah, and what we're doing, you can really see, you can just feel it. I mean, we're so open, and every single one of us is that way. And I feel like there's just some kind of connection. I can't quite answer why me and not someone else.
Could you do a whole show on a mobile device? All Vines?
I think you could.
Will you?
I don't know.
Oh, she just
about
had an
that.
idea. Uh-oh. All right, quick 2 questions from the audience, if there's any. Everybody get up. Someone's got to have a question for Kim Kardashian. West? I got
Hi,
it right.
Kim. I'm Erica Jacobs. Question about fashion and technology. So